Alright, good afternoon to you. Welcome back to Shaving with Fuzzy. I'm Fuzzy. How y'all? So it's Thursday afternoon, and I was supposed to be off for 2 days. As we all remember, that very rarely ever happens. And it doesn't get to happen today, so I've got to go in tonight. So that's kind of the, bad news. I was supposed to work day shift tomorrow. I'm going to work day shift, night shift tonight. Someone else is going to go work in the morning. I've got to have 8 hours between shifts, so I'll go in at 1400 tomorrow afternoon and work a little short shift and keep things rolling. Got people on vacation you got to cover, right? Right. That's how it goes. So because I was off, I didn't shave yesterday, which was Wednesday. That technically would have been, of course, Williams Wednesday. So we're going to make this a Williams Thursday and call it Williams Wednesday. And if anybody wants to complain, I'm going to call a Calvin ball rule on it. That's what I'm going to do. Any of us familiar with Calvin ball rules? If you are, you'll understand. If not, you need to read more Calvin and Hobbes. Just saying. Just saying. So, Williams. Yes, Williams Wednesday on Thursday. So we're going to use some of the graded Williams that I actually scented a little bit. And since this is the Aqua Velva scent, I'm going to use Aqua Velva with it. You don't really need an excuse to use Aqua Velva. You know what I'm saying? It's just how it goes. We're going to use this rather, plain Jane model of the Jim Jr. bar, which I think will do good. It's got a Treet blade in it. I think it's the 4th shave on this blade. This particular handle still has the stropper attachment built into the bottom. It's one of the nicer ones that I have. I've got one more set that's nicer than this. It's got all the extra scroll work and stuff, but they all shave the same, right? Alright? Yeah, There you go. Fighter jets, the paint job matters. Razors really doesn't. So anyway, there we go. That's not really a fuzzyism. That's just kind of pointing out the truth here. So, for today, I had misplaced for a little while, we're not going to say for how long, one of my travel brushes that I really like. It's an Omega, I call it a turnback. And it's the Omega travel brush, and it actually, when it's not being used, you push it out and it turns around and you turn it back in, and then it stores like that. And when you get ready to use it, you push it out and you pull it out and you turn it around and you put it back into the handle, and there's what you got. So it's an Omega boar, and we all know we like Omega boars. I like Omega boars. I hope you like the Omega boars. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. I don't know. Cafe Bustelo and the Williams mug. I couldn't remember which mug I used last time, so I just grabbed this one. I don't think it really matters. I don't have to alternate anything. I could use the same thing all the time, but I don't want to do that because that would get kind of dull. And even though I am kind of a dull person, probably, I don't go places and do things a lot just because I don't like people. Believe it or not. Like I said before, some people say, oh, you mean you don't like being around people? Nope. I don't like people. Thank you very much. But anyway, right now I don't like my mechanic shop. I just went and got my old vehicle out of the shop to the tune of $400. At least it's running enough I can drive it to work now and park the truck for a little while, because I don't want to run a whole bunch of miles up on the truck, so I'm still paying for it. As a matter of fact, I just started paying for it. I haven't even made 2 payments on it yet, so you don't want to run miles up on those. But anyway, I got a 2001 Expedition, and a couple of the coils went out at the same time, and it needs plugs. So what that means is it's time to replace the coils and plugs. So I'll let the shop do the hard ones, and then I'll be able to do the rest of them, and it'll come out a lot cheaper, I'm hoping. We're going to see. I know I can do some of them. I may not be able to get them all. Some of those are hard to get to. Big old engine. It's a 5.4. So it's a big engine up in there. They don't make them to work on anyway. So our little brush here does a fantastic job on Williams. This is not the first rodeo for Williams with the Omega boar. This was has been my travel brush, and will continue to be my travel brush for a while. And one thing about that is that it doesn't get a tremendous amount of use. So it hasn't really even bloomed or anything, and I don't know that it's going to. I don't know. Do all boars bloom out after you use them for a while? I'm not really 100% sure on that one. But anyway, this one really hasn't. But maybe we'll do it, use it some more. I've got a synthetic in the travel kit right now. If there's something comes up and I need to make a quick run somewhere, I've got the synthetic to do it with. And it works fine. Nothing wrong with a synthetic. I won't say I like them better than boar, but I'm a big fan of boar brushes, so there's not much that I like better than boar. Somehow along the way I got something up on my glasses here. Excuse me just a second. I don't know if you wear glasses or not, but if you do, you probably understand it. When you get something on it, it's just going to drive you crazy till you get it off. And I'm already crazy enough. I don't need no help. Alright, so we got a couple of days girls like I showed. And people talk about how mild some of the ladder catchers are. The Jim Jr. bar is always spoken of as being a very mild razor. But the thing about it is that it's an extremely efficient razor. And there's just something about shaving with an old ladder catcher that's just absolutely awesome. Come under the chin there, and then got to come down there to stay with the grain. A little skin stretching over here on the side. And here we go. So yeah, after 100 and got about 180,000. It's hard to say for sure because the odometer plays peekaboo. Those model expeditions had some problems that were common with them, and one of them, they had a ground on the circuit board in the dash that over time the solder would break on, and then sometimes it'd come on, sometimes it wouldn't. Well, here lately it's been more off than on, but last time I saw it, and it hadn't been driven a lot since I saw it, it had 178,000 miles on it or so. So it's still under 180, but still an 18-year-old vehicle. You're gonna have to work on them. But all right, so this is what we did after one pass. And like I said, people talk about how mild the ladder catchers are, and regardless of how mild they feel, and to me, mildness, I'm talking about blade feel. No matter how light the blade feel is, and it is on a Jim Jr. bar, you don't have a lot of blade feel on most of the ones I've shaved with. In fact, all of the ones of those I've shaved with. They're still very efficient. They'll knock down, you know, whatever growth you need. Everybody always talks about going to the micromatics when you need to shave down a lot of growth because of the open comb, and it works, and it does, and they work great for that. I'm a fan of the micromatics for several days worth of growth. Open comb Damascene, that's another one. It's really nice. But in the reality of the matter is, there's a lot of razors that will take care of several days growth without any problems, even going up to the featherweight I used the other day. It's all in technique. I mean, you're not going to go and bush hog through a beard, but you're shaving hair. So, you know, that's kind of what it amounts to. And what we're doing today is we got the most of it off as usual with that first pass, and then we're just going to go clean things up. This is a 4-shave blade on its 4th shave, and I do 3 passes, as everybody knows. But the cleanup pass with the witch hazel, I heard some people call it a pickup pass, whatever you want to call it, I don't care. Obviously has a few extra strokes in it because I'm just sitting there running all over the place because I like to shave. Usually I can finish up with just after my 2nd pass, wash up, clean up, go about my business, and I'd never notice the difference. But I have a routine, and I'm a routine type person. Never could join the military. Had some physical problems, had an arm problem, still do. They kept me out of police and military and that kind of stuff. But I think I could have really functioned well in the military. But I am a creature of routines. I'm not OCD by any means, but I am a creature of routine. So our routine is to do a witch hazel touch-up, pick up, cleanup pass, whatever you want to call it, and that's what I continue to do. Alright, well, it's getting hot down south, or it has already gotten hot. So if you're down here, be sure to stay hydrated. That's one of the big things working at the plant, is keeping the workers hydrated. That's one of the big jobs of the safety people. And one way they do that is they have these ice pops. And these ice pops contain electrolytes. So every once in a while I snag one of those while I'm at work, just because they're fun to munch on, and I feel like I'm doing some good. But anyway, so be sure wherever you are to keep hydrated. I've ended up in the ER a few times because I've gotten dehydrated with my diabetes and different things. And the fact that I tend to work a whole lot and don't pay attention enough to things sometimes. But so far, been a couple of years since I've been in the ER, so a year and a half, couple of years, something like that. So we're going to be okay with that, try to keep it that way. These handles, people talk about length of handles, and I usually make a comment on it somewhere every other shave, maybe even more than that. But the handles on these are just really, really, really nice. I sometimes use a Jayara handle just because it's really neat to use something somebody made. I've got, of course, the 1912 now that has the handle made by 999 up in Canada, Mr. Patrick. And that's always fun to use. But just using the handles that came on it is the best thing in the world. So there we go. Williams Wednesday on Thursday. But, you know, that's really nice. And like I said, this one's still got the original stropper handle in it. And it's just the plain Jane model. It's not a fancy model. But it works, as you can see here. I don't know if you can hear it squeaky clean. But anyway, it works very well. That was 3 days worth of growth that we just knocked off like it wasn't anything at all. So that's always a good thing. Be nice and smell a little more better when we get to work. Although I'll have a cigar on the way to work, so it'll be a mixture of Aqua Velva and yeah, what do I have in the old truck today? I think I got a Flor de Oliva that I'm going to smoke on the way to work. I've got a couple of different cigars in there, but I think that's what's up for today. Whatever it is, it's Maduro. So I'll have a mixture of a Maduro cigar and Aqua Velva when I get to work. How you like it? I like it. I like it with peas and carrots. So there we go. Have a great day. The little Omega Boar travel brush did really well. And of course we used the scented Modern Williams. That was Modern Williams. And I've just graded it down into a container. I had some really hot water. I put some Aqua Velva in. I put the really hot water in and I mixed it all up and let it dry. And you get that. Some people will tell you, and I think I agree with it. At least I don't disagree with it. But if you are having problems lathering Modern Williams, which I don't think you should have, but if you are, grate it into a container. Take a little water, dampen it down as you pack it in the container. Find something to pack it with. Or just use really hot water, just off boiling water, pour enough in it to soak everything, and let it pack and dry down, and then try lathering that. Some people say it's easier to lather after it's graded down. I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to say that that I don't believe that I disapprove of it or anything like that. Don't really think it's needed. I think the Modern William does fine. But if you're having problems with it, that may be one of your solutions. So, you know, that's what we got. So look, I'm going to go finish getting ready for work. Y'all go do whatever it is you're doing today. You know, comments. There's a comment section down there. Be happy to comment, ask questions, send stuff. You know, ask questions about toast if you want to. That's originalsafety2.com. That's the number 2, the original safety, the number 2, all one word, .com. Didn't think I was going to get that in this video, did you? You were wrong. Alrighty. But yeah, use the comment section. It's always great to hear from y'all. I noticed I got 200 subscribers. Someone mentioned that the other day. I hadn't even noticed it. I appreciate it, folks. It's great, you know, have people watching, people commenting. I hear there's a few shares going on here, there, and yonder. Some of my videos pop up different places. That's great. You know, if you want to listen to an old guy prattle on and drink coffee and get a really good shave, heck, fuzzies you got. So there you go. Y'all have a good day. I'm going to go do what I do. You go do what you do, and we'll get things done. And happy shaves to you.